Alcoholic binges, wow, not good when I look back. Because mine used to start on a Thursday and I didn't have to go back to work until the Monday following nights. So I'd start to drink 2:30 on the Thursday, and I'll continue well into the night. And sometimes I wouldn't even make it back from central London. I used to go to a police club, and then we used to go to pubs and nightclubs, all sorts of places. You always get a drink 24 hours. And there's always somewhere to go, 24-hour sessions. But mine led into 3-day sessions because I'd feel so rough on the Friday, I'd have a drink again. And I knew I was day off. I knew I didn't have to go back on Monday. So I'd start feeling a bit rough in the morning, and then I'd just get myself pulled together, have a shower, and go on the high street at 11 o'clock, see a few people, because you always have plenty of mates if you drink, Lots of mates, lots of people in a very similar position. And a few more there, maybe pop back home, make a bite to eat, because my ex-wife was coming home. She didn't drink. Very, very rarely. And then I would trot along the house. She didn't like it going out, really. I don't know why we got married. However, that's a different story. Anyway, I'd head out on the Friday night again, watch a band, float around, do what I had to do, and then I'd get back about midnight Friday night. And there'd always be domestic issues, because I wasn't at home. But the draw to the pub, the alcohol draw, was much more important to me than anything else. I used to love it. That was my problem. I loved it. And I now hate it because it nearly killed me. The pain that I had for myself, the pain I put my parents through, my daughter, didn't bear thinking about. But the start Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I feel more rough again. But maybe have a hair of the dog, wander out the Forest Gate pub in Epping Forest, a few more then, and just think, God, I feel so rough now. A couple of days off, and I try and sleep a bit in the afternoon. Jobs needed to be done, it's like when you've got a house to run. Now that was ever done properly. I did not eat properly on these binge weekends. And then Saturday night, do the same again, go along the high street, meet a few people again that I used to know who were always in the boozer. Some people were retired, you see, long before I did. And have another one. You go with the intention of just having one or two. But you have loads and you start to enjoy it again, you're loving it again. I'm back in the game, back in the saddle, Sunday, I think, well, I don't have to go well on Monday night. Sunday, maybe a few at lunchtime. Try and slow down a little bit on Sunday. Just try and slow down a little bit. But that was difficult in the summer. When there was fates on, there was bloody loads going on in the local pub. It was a lovely place to live, Weather was good. And I was from the northeast, it's used to cold weather, really. I'm in this sort of party place, as it were, and I could go to London easily and had all these different excuses to drink. I wouldn't have drunk as much as if I stayed up north. I know I wouldn't, because I wasn't drawn to it. I just love the pubs in the centre of London and the characters, you see. And Sunday I would slow down a little bit. And then what I'd try and do on the Sunday is get to bed reasonably early, but I never did. I used to go out on the Sunday night as well and think, I'll just push it a little bit further and go to this pub. It opened about 1 a.m, which was late then, those days. So 1 a.m. Monday, I get back home, I sleep all day now. But I couldn't sleep properly because the anxiety would come in, the Sunday fears, as it were. I'd have to go to work at 10:30, or be at work at 10:30. And I used to sweat and get up and down and up and down and up and down. I thought, God, I've got to get through the whole of Monday and then the nights. And then I'm not off really until Tuesday morning. So Monday morning was like, stay in bed. I used to turn over and then wake up a little bit and turn over again, wake up a little bit at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's hard to sleep in the summer. And then I think, God, I've got all this time to wait to go to work. And sometimes I used to take a day off, like an extra day's annual leave. So I used a lot of annual leave, just on sporadic days off. I didn't take any sick leave. It looked bad on your record, so I was thinking, I'll just ask if I have another day off, And when I couldn't get a day off, I said, well, I've got to go to work now. I'll get there and I'll work pretty well. And I think by 6 o'clock Tuesday morning, I'd had another drink. So I thought, God, I need a drink when I get back home. So I'd get in the underground, come back home Tuesday, I'd go down to Tesco and get 8 cans of lager in the morning, on Tuesday morning. A bit of breakfast. I sleep really well. on the Tuesday, because I was back in the rhythm again. I wasn't drinking a lot, but I was having something every day. Then the Wednesday morning, we were coming out with a few more cans. In my eyes, it was a way to get me to sleep, because I'd never realised that people drank in the morning until I joined the police. I lived in a section house somewhere, and I remember going out after nights, and this guy was having a few cans. He said, "Oh, I'm just having a few beers." Because I never worked shifts, obviously, until then. And it's your sort of, he said, he explained it to me. He said, it's my night off, even though it was in the morning, if that makes sense. Shift workers do it. But if you're a heavy drinker, it's no good, because you tend to, sometimes, what I used to do is have a few early on in the morning, 7 till about 9, and then think, oh, the pub was open at 11 o'clock. And I'd go along the pub. If I had a day off the next day, that sort of thing. So it just caught up with me, you see. But I loved the pub, I loved the drink, and now I hate it. I hate it for what it's done, you see. And this love-hate relationship is now finished, because I just cannot drink anymore. I don't want to drink. I've got no craving for drink. I've got no desire to drink. I know how quickly it caught up with me. Because when you're 25, you never realise, you think, well, 35, see, that's a long time away, then 45, oh, it's an old man then. But now I'm over 55. So time stands still for no one. And you can never get your time back, can you? You know, you can get a lot of things back. There's no cure for this alcoholism. The only thing you can do is get your mindset right. You must have the right mindset. And you've got to start to hate alcohol, not love it anymore. Because when you start to love it, is when you're going to get into trouble. And when you start to feel rough, you'll know yourself you've got a drink problem, you know. A lot of people ask me, do I got a drink problem? I drink 4 cans of beer every week. No, I don't. But when people are reaching for hair of the dog on a morning or a weekend because they feel rough, that's when you've got a drink problem. When you start to feel that you need a drink rather than want one, then you've got a big problem. And you have to focus on that. Anybody at the moment who's trying to get sober, you've got to really concentrate on it. And you've got to really have a reason, a good, strong reason, not to drink again. Because it's not easy when you've been drinking. It's all been part of your life. It was a massive part of my life, even from a teenager onwards. It still is to a degree, as in I still go and have the pint of zero Guinness, plus I'm doing this channel. So alcohol's still there, but it's in a different form now. It's not in the love it form, it's in the hate it form. And when you can do that, and you start to get sober, your body will fight for you. Because if I can recover, anybody can recover. I had lots and lots of problems when I was drinking. Not an alcoholic. Well, I've always been alcoholic. I said there's no cure for it, you just manage it. But I had a lot of complications, as do a lot of other people. I saw a guy the other day in the pub, he'd been told to drink. So he stopped drinking 5 years ago. And he carried on. I was told to stop drinking roughly the same time, 6 years ago. And I did stop. He's now got jaundice and he hasn't got long to live. He's at end-stage liver disease now. Because he didn't do what he was told. And I'm telling you what to do. I'm not a medic. I don't need to be a medic. I know how you feel because I am an alcoholic. I've been to every step. So the social drinking, the moderate, the heavy where I've got problems, then just falling off the cliff. And then liver failure. That's the stages I went through. And then beyond that was mental torture, depression, all this sort of kind of. And, you know, family issues, financial issues, everything that goes with alcoholism. I nearly lost my life. That's what it came down to. I don't want you to get that far. I want you to concentrate on this one thing, and that's not to pick up another drink when you get sober, because that will really take you down. When you relapse, and you relapse again and again and again, you get what's called a kindling effect. Every time it's worse, and you will become a gibbering wreck, as I did. In a position of strength and authority and caregiving, I became very vulnerable. I needed help with everything, and I mean everything. You can imagine what it's like. Totally destroyed my life. I hope that you benefit from these, and please share the channel, like and subscribe. And I do one-to-one mentoring, which has been very successful for a lot of people who've got off the booze and stayed off it, which is more important. You know, get sober, stay sober, that's the key, isn't it? Learn to hate the booze. Okay? I'll speak to you soon.